Morning, folks. So I'm in the big indoor arena riding barn, sale barn for the horse sale and the fair. They sell the livestock in here, and it gets a lot of other uses. On the 6th, they're having a country music concert in here, which might be kind of fun. Tomorrow, no, not tomorrow, maybe tomorrow. On my calendar it says Friday and Saturday. I don't think it's both. I think it's one or the other. It might be both. But we have a kind of a what do they call it? A mock beef show, livestock cattle show, kind of a practice type of deal. And people have been tying horses to the fence. We had signs up and they tore them down. I don't know if you can see that, this angle, but personally I don't really care if they do, but the trouble is that they dig big holes, and the fair board doesn't want them to do that. There's my phone. So anyway, the fair board doesn't want them doing it, mainly because the holes kind of mess up the arena, but it also pulls up big rocks and stuff, and they've been trying really hard to keep this sand as nice as they can. They have people clean up manure and whatnot when they're in here, and when a horse pees, you can't do much about that. It dries, but that's not a big deal. But they want to keep the sand as nice as they can for as long as they can, because it's not cheap to have this hauled in. It's real expensive, actually, especially now the price of gas is so high. And so they wanted me to make some signs. Like I said, there's one. I don't see any on this end. There's one over here. They wanted us to make some signs quite a while ago, and we did it out of paper. And sure enough, they tore them down. That's not even a sign there. That's an ear tag right there. Yellow thing. But we had some for a while, and people just tore them down. So now I made up a stencil, me and a friend did, and I got to paint them onto the wall. That way they can't tear them off. But that's not as easy as it sounds, because this tin on this building is got ridges for strength, and my stencils I used were, I think, 2-inch. I didn't really think about it until after I had it all laid out. It doesn't really fit. I got it kind of wrapped around the corner for the A and the S. That makes this stick out. I don't know if that's going to work. I don't know. Whoops. Oh, I guess I'll do this one and see what it does. It probably isn't going to look very good. Spray paint, going through a hole like that, it's going to be kind of iffy. Don't think this is going to work. Well, it looks a little better than I expected it to. The A in animals doesn't look very good, though. Neither does the S. I don't know, I guess it kind of gets the idea. I think I like it though. I have to Maybe try something else. I'll put a couple of these up in different places and see what happens, though. Holy cow, look at this upper rail. How did that get so badly bent? Wow. Yeah, I don't think that's something else we're going to be able to allow anymore either. They had a round pen set up here this winter, chasing horses around, and I bet you anything that's what happened there. They have smashed a lot of our panels with the horses with round pens and things, but that fence, that's a little harder to fix than a panel. I don't know for sure that's what did it, but I'm betting. Well, try it again. This time I didn't wrap it around the well, you can kind of get the hint of what it's supposed to say, but it doesn't really look very good. Look at that A and the S. Yeah, I don't really think I like that. So I guess I gotta start over again and do a different sign with smaller stencils if I can find any. I think I have some, I just gotta search for them. Okay, so I cut out the animals and I got some more of this cardboard. I'll have to find some smaller stencils. I got a bunch of them in here. These are the ones I use. Those are too big. Those are too big. Sign layout, that's not going to work. Those ones are too big. Those ones are way too big. I might not have any that'll work. Oh, here we go. That should do the trick. Those are 1 inch. Okay. See what I can come up with there. Look at these I found. These are really kind of cool. I bought these off of eBay. Idaho territorial maps from the Rand McNally Atlas of the World. One of them, I got 2 of them from this guy. One of them was printed in 1888. The other one was printed in 1890. And I don't know which one's which. He sent them both together, and he didn't mark them. But one of them come out of an atlas that said 1888 on it. The other one said 1890. So I looked it up, and Idaho became a state in 1890. So these were right before or right after it became a state. And I'm guessing it's before, because the border doesn't look quite like this. It comes out more, and I don't think it dips in as far this way either. I think it's more of a straight shot here, but it comes out more. And I don't know about up here, but it doesn't, I don't think it has that little loop-de-doop-de. Maybe it does. I'd have to look again. But it's not quite the same as what we have today. Back then, Salmon was known as Salmon City. The Lemhi Indian Agency, Fort Lemhi, a little tiny square right there. They tried to funnel them down to 100 square mile chunk of ground, and that didn't work out so well. That's a whole nother story, though. Oh, I'm choking. Now, Council, where Hillbilly lives. Let's see, where are we at? It should be Right in here somewhere. There it is. Council, back then, was Council Grove. I've never heard it called that before. I don't know. Maybe he has. I don't know. I was really surprised, too. It shows Yellowstone National Park on the map. And I was surprised to find out that Yellowstone, I don't remember the date now, but it was actually a park before Idaho was a state. Quite a ways before. I think it was like 1870s or something, if I remember right. I'd have to look it up again to be sure. But I thought those were really cool. I got two of them. One of them I'm going to give to Modine and his brother Greg. They love that stuff, so surprised them. I got Bodine all mad at me though. It was funny. I said, I got you something. You and Greg. What do you get? I ain't telling you. I'm mad at you. He won't be mad. Anyway, back to the sign. Man, it's hot. 93. Hillbilly just sent me a picture of his one. Let's see here. Yeah, look at Hillbilly's thermometer. That is not fun. Not fun at all. There's very little you can do in temperatures that hot. When I'm sitting in here, I should turn these fans on, but here I am not doing anything. Well, I'm not sure that's going to work a whole lot better. It should fit, but kind of looks weird with tiny letters in the middle. I suppose do not tie to fence would probably be good enough. I can change it when I get down there though if it doesn't look right. Well, it don't look great, but I think it looks better. The animals, I needed to push in a little bit harder. It's not as clear as what I would have liked. I don't know. Guess it's about as best I can do. They can kind of get the idea, I guess. Well, it doesn't look wonderful, but it should work. Got them about every other post. This is the biggest gap. I didn't put one in there. Miscounted. But anyway, it's pretty noticeable all the way around now. Got it pretty much 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, I think 11 different spots. They shouldn't be able to say, well, I didn't see it. They will, but they shouldn't be able to say that. This is the very last of these signs. There was a dozen of these. They're just paper that's laminated, but they tore them down. So you can't tear down the paint in the wall, at least not very easy. Now, anyhow, tomorrow we have in here, like I said, a mock beef show. It's just kind of a practice for the 4-H kids to learn what they're doing wrong, basically. And this is awful dry in here. Kind of a little moisture down underneath, a darker color. So, grab me a load of water and work it up, and gotta go feed the rope and steers yet, and then I guess I'm done for the day. But anyway, folks, yesterday, hope you liked that bear. Most of you have seen that already if you've been watching any length of time. But that was really neat. Sure wasn't expecting to see that in that cave, you know. But in later videos, if you didn't see them, I went back and I went inside of that cave just to see what the inside of a bear den looked like. And it doesn't look like much of anything. The bear had drug a few leaves in, the big mullein leaves, and I can't think of what they're called. They're kind of a sunflower. Arrowheads, or I don't remember what they call those, but they're got a yellow flower on them and kind of big leaves. It had drugged some of those in there to lay on, but mostly just an empty cave. That's pretty cool to find. So I need to get back up in the woods. Man, it's hot. Like I say, 93 right here now. Hillbilly, he's got 109. Actually, look at this. This is on the sunny side of the tin, though, but that says it's 100. Now, that's probably a little warmer than what it is, because it is against the wall. Well, anyhow, see you folks tomorrow, and thank you for watching. Hopefully be something worth watching. I gotta clean the corrals probably tomorrow, and that's not very interesting. It's just tractor work with the dump truck hauling manure out of the pens. That's kind of what we're down to until after the fair. Up, during the fair there'll be a little bit of neat stuff probably, but the leading up to it now, it's kind of a big push. I got weeds to chop, I got things to do, fences to fix, and all sorts of stuff that hopefully I can find something that's halfway decent. Anyhow, bye. See you tomorrow, I hope.